Hello everyone, this is Johannes.
And this is Cinema.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are taking a look at Phoenix New Horizon. This is a review copy provided by the publisher.
And this upcoming SPIEL release might be one of the biggest surprising of good games that we have played in a while, and we are here to tell you why. This game, Phoenix New Horizon, has a worker placement with some upgrades in it that is just super interesting. In this game, you are going to do worker placement stuff to place out regenerators, place out buildings. Basically, we are in an alternate timeline, 2021. People have been living underground, Fallout-ish, and now they're coming up to try to work on this new project, Horizon, and we are trying to build regenerators and buildings to repopulate the world, and we're doing that by doing worker placement. Over here, we have the worker placement board, and you have these workers that you're going to place out to do actions, but throughout the game, you're going to upgrade them, and you're going to move them to other places so they can do better actions. Even if you are in a position where two specific places are taken, I can freely upgrade to do an action up here. You have a special super duper commando dude that's going to be even cheaper to upgrade. And what you're doing, as I said, is to build regenerators. You're building buildings. You're trying to move on the energy track so you have better buildings available. You will get technology. You will move your pioneers up on this population track to get bonuses. You're trying to do these different final scorings throughout the game, and all of that over 4 rounds, and the player who has the most points after those 4 rounds is going to be the winner of the game.
We have talked about a lot of games with worker placement with a twist lately. That's been a thing that we really like to see in games because it's a cool thing. But this, I have to say, this is one of the coolest twists that I've seen. This is super cool because it feels really satisfying to look at that. I feel like it's kind of a tech tree.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I want to go up there, and on my way there, I'm going to do this and this. And you want to have, because you have like these 2 branches, you want to have like some of your workers on one side and one on the other, so you're just like not entirely locked. So that was super cool. I think that's the heart of this game.
Yeah, and another thing here is that you say 2 branches, but when you're here, you have 2 more branches. If you want to go here for these actions or there for these actions, this is just blocked in a 2-player game. And then over there, you're going to have 3 different branches to go to the top with 3 super powerful actions. And it's very interesting because in most of these games, it's like upgrade early and you're going to win. But one game we played, I upgraded all of my people in the first round. I had a hard time going because I didn't have access to, basically I was not playing good, but basically I had a problem having access to these basic actions, which drives the game forward. This game also has, which I really like, more than other games in this style usually, a bit more interaction on the board.
I agree, because here we have different buildings that you can build. You can build the regenerators that gives you like power to unlock more things that you can build. And you both want to have generators where you want to build yourself, these little buildings. But also, if another person is building here, you will get the bonus for your generator. So you're always trying to see what would other people like for it to be built, or what do I need to be built for me to complete my missions.
I feel like I'm often building the regenerators where I want to also build a building. So it's kind of nerve-wracking if I, for example, build this regenerator up here and I didn't really want to build on this space, but then you go and build there, and that's going to be a big problem for me because I'd rather probably have the building space than the bonus. But I'm happy that you get that.
I agree. I think I mostly build my buildings in adjacent sectors.
Yeah, the regenerators?
Yes, sorry, the regenerators, because then you can unlock these bonuses. So for example, here I've built in both of these sectors. I'm the gray player, and then I will get the bonus in the middle here, which like bonuses in this game seem super helpful.
Yes, I basically feel like the bonuses is kind of the game, because you're going to play 4 rounds. In these rounds, you're going to do 3 actions most of the time. There is like a twist where when you do a level 4 action, you're going to reset and be able to do another action or upgrade it and do a better action in the same round. But the bonuses are important to the point where I will say, like, the fuel is the only resource that you have to have in this game, or the only resource that you have in this game. And if you are in a position where one player managed to get more fuel and you're in a position where you're not going to get fuel, you're not going to win the game.
Oh yeah, like fuel is essential.
Yeah.
And you also have some mission cards that you can get and you can play them when you fulfill the mission. For example, usually, yeah, it's basically having specific buildings on the map. And those also give you extra action, more fuel. So those are also like super duper good in this game.
I'm saying like they're almost to the point where if somebody manages to do a lot of them and you don't, you're gonna have a hard time keeping on because that person gets to do more actions. But of course, to be able to do those actions, you need to have that fuel in the bag. So playing a game where you don't have any fuel is gonna be the most frustrating thing about the game. There's also a few different ways to score. I feel like there are multiple paths to victory.
I agree. Like it's dependent on the setup because you have these changeable
intercoms.
These final scorings here. You can also I'm just talking variability right now. All of these. Oh, not these.
Not the
but
basic
these
ones. Yeah.
Are actually you can switch them around, so you get like a different set of them every time you play. And also you can focus, do I want to build a lot of generators? Do I want to focus on buildings? Do I want to focus on getting these high up? Do I want to move a lot on the population tracks? There's absolutely different paths to go in this game.
I want to say that even though this isn't a game I feel like I'm getting to do every single thing, it is a game where I feel like I get to do many things. Yes. It's not one where I'm like, if you get to a point where you have fuel to do things, fuel is always going to be the most frustrating thing. Where it's going to be like, I need more of it, I don't have it, and it's hard to get more of it during the round, getting some income at the end. But you get to do many things. So there's going to be 3 different incomes here, 3 different here, and 2 or 3 at the top. So in a 3 or 4 player game, it's going to be 9 different scorings. And at the maximum, you can do 7 of them. And I think you're usually going to be able to do maybe like 5 to 6, which means like you get to choose many things to score. But there's a big change, especially with more player than 2, between getting like 3 points for a thing or 1 point for a thing. So you're going to have things that you focus harder on and some that's more going to be, I'm also going to get some points from this.
And it feels like an escalating game, and I think that's really fun. I think it's fun to do a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And in the beginning you have a little fuel, but also the things that you do cost less.
Yes.
But at the end it costs more to put all these people, and also here at the beginning, to upgrade 1 worker, it costs only 2, but up in the hardest level, that is like 6. So that's beginning to be very expensive suddenly.
Another very positive thing about this game is the length of the game. A 2-player game is going to be under an hour. And I have to say, it's very good with 2.
Yes.
I didn't feel like it was lacking a lot. We played also 4. And that was 2 hours, so half an hour per player. I think if you play with the same group of 4, you can get it to under 2 hours as well.
Yes, I agree. And I think that's a lot of game in that amount of time, especially since you get to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that is true. I think we're going to do some final thoughts for the game. Are you ready? If you are still here and you enjoy what we do on the channel, you can help us out in a big, big way by giving us a victory point.
And we get victory points when you click that subscribe button. You can also click the bell to get notifications every time we post a new video.
Final thoughts time for Phoenix New Horizon. You go.
This is a super cool game. I can't really pinpoint what's like... well, I can. I get to do a lot of stuff. And I think the stuff I do is fun.
Yeah.
And I love having these turns when I'm just like, okay, I upgrade my worker here, I can do this action, and because I did that, I get this bonus, and because I did that, I can play this mission card that gives me more stuff. These synergies, I think is really fun without getting me in a lot of AP situations.
Yep.
That's my feeling. And the playtime also reflects that. So this, I am... like overwhelmed how positively I like this game. I'm going to rate this a 9.
Oh wow, that is pretty cool. I think this is a great game. I think for me the main positive is the worker placement board. This is very unique. This is pretty cool. I've never seen it done in this way again or before. Again, I've never seen it done in this way in the future. I really love that you can upgrade, and then you have other choices upgrading here. Now I can only do these actions, or in a 2-player game, only this one action, but then I can also get to this place, which I couldn't get to if I'm over here. So it's kind of giving me all these choices of how I upgrade when I upgrade, because if I said if you do it too early, that might be a problem. if you put all of your people over here and it's in a situation where, for example, there's no way to do buildings or regenerators over there, that's going to be a hard way to play the game and you're going to have to get over. So getting that done is very, very good. I will say like the only downside is like that you get to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But also a couple of things that feels essential. Like if somebody's going to be able to do all the contracts and you're going to have a hard time keeping up with that, that might be a harder thing to do. There is a couple of things that gives you a lot of points for contracts, and that is the thing you want to do. So when that comes out, that seems like you did that on one hand only a couple of times with that. So I think that there is a few things that I'm not like in love with, but all in all, this game surprised me a lot, especially this. And I also am so happy the fact that there is interaction out here and that this is also a cool, interesting thing. Like we played many games where I love the core concept and everything around it is fine. Here I would say it's more than fine and that makes me happy. So I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Cool.
And we're going to do the end, which is the keeper call paddles. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom!
It's a
double keep. I think,
Shocker.
I think like even for some games that we're gonna like, we are gonna cull them because we don't have space for all the games. But for now, this is one that we are absolutely gonna keep. If anything in this video sounded interesting, you can check out the game on BGG. You can check out the game at SPIEL. If you are going there, we are gonna be there. If you see us at SPIEL, please say hi.
And give us a secret sign.
And on Saturday, we're doing a meet and play. I think it's in like the whole Europe. I'm gonna add the link to the description. If I forget, please let me know in the comments and I will add it. And we will meet you there as well. There's going to be like, we're just going to have a table and you can come up and say hi. We might bring a couple of games, but mostly we're probably going to just hang out and have fun with people who want to talk about board games.
Cool.
And this is going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.